Welcome to Cranky Live, the show where bold minds meet real talk. This isn't your average sports or news show. It's where we break down sports, culture, and controversy with facts, fire, and fearless honesty. Here, truth cuts through the noise, and hype gets exposed. From football to track and field, from world issues to local debates, we ask the tough questions, speak without fear, and go deeper than the headlines. We don't follow the crowd, we set the trend. While others recycle the same tired takes, we bring fresh insight, unfiltered analysis, and bold perspectives. No echo chambers, no puppet talk, just real conversation for people who think for themselves. Listen with your brain, not just your ears. Think critically, question boldly, and speak freely. This is Cranky Live, where reason rules the mic and truth always wins. Come on, let's get into it. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Friday. It is 7:31 a.m. in the USA, 6:30 in Jamaica, 4:30 on the West Coast, 12:30 in the UK, and wherever else you are. I know there are a number of people in Thailand who listen to the program. It is evening in Thailand, probably similar time as we have in Tokyo. Kenya, wherever you are, thanks for being here. I see One Love is here early. I see Odell is here early. Odell was here very, very early. A couple of things. Odell is saying that, reminder to call out sick today. Be careful calling out sick. You may lose your job. So I would suggest you do that. Take your apparatus with you, or your device with you to work, and figure out how to watch for the next 2 hours the programs are here. If you're in Jamaica, you go to work at 9 a.m., you may be able to get in all the programming before your workday starts. And I noticed on my intro, I just realized it says speak freely. If you're in the US, I suggest you reconsider that. It's not as free as it used to be. This whole free speech concept is going out the window in a lot of different countries, and the US is probably the latest one in that vein. But we're here to talk track and field, not politics or social things this morning. And as you come into the chat, and I noticed already, I have 65 people here and only 13 likes, and you know how miserable the host gets when he doesn't get his likes. He likes to be liked. So please hit the like button. If you're on the Balance View channel, same thing. Please hit the like button. Appreciate you being here. We have a number of events on track for this morning, so I'll pull up the list. Right now, we have the 5,000 meters heat 2 of 2 going on. But if you look at the list, as you can see here to the right, these are today's events. The women's Heptathlon 100, the women's high jump, women's javelin, men's 5,000 meters is going now, women's shot put, the women's 800 meters, and we have Natalia Gould in this one for Jamaica. That should be an interesting race. I'm sure in this one, a number of countries, including the British, will have a chance to gold medal. Men's triple jump final. That's on the chart. Women's javelin. We had a men's javelin yesterday. What is his name from Trinidad who won? Great thing for Trinidad. They didn't win any medal at the Olympics. They won gold and silver yesterday. Richards in the 400, and I think it was Walters in the men's javelin. Hope I get that name right. 400 meter hurdles. Warholm, Benjamin should be a great race today. Women's 400 meter hurdles. I think Muhammad will give a good fight, but Fenke Bowl, know that the unicorn, McLaughlin is no longer there, should take that home. But you have to run the races first. Women's 200, Eptathlon. Then we have the men's 200 final. It's interesting that we now have the women's sprints subsequent to the men's sprints, some of these events. Historically, the other way around, but I guess the women have dominated for a while in terms of the interest in the events, given the rivalries. I think the men are coming back, so they may switch it back to give the one which generates the most interest to come last on the program. But the men's 200, we have 8 contestants, but 4 of the favorites. Yesterday, Father Hype, as he's called by a number of people, Noah Lyles, set a mark of 19.51. We'll see how that goes today. We have Tebogo, who looked relaxed yesterday, came in second in level, level 19.78. And we have Bednarek, who's running in the 1988, whatever that number is, doing well also. So that should be interesting, right? And then the women's 200, it's probably the easier of the two to call because Shericka Jackson was the last World Championship 200-meter champion. Hasn't ran well in the last, I would say, 2 years, frankly, subsequent to that event. And Melissa Jefferson Wooden has been on fire. So she's over my favorite. Shericka is the only person who's run below 22 so far in this championship, but that's it. Nothing given that Melissa hasn't gone full out. She's run 21.61 this year, I think it is. So should be interesting. Ted Dexter, good morning. How are you doing, sir? Thanks for being here. So it should be a good day's event. Looking forward to today's events. And I'm glad you're here with me to join me. I know a lot of people have been up. I woke up early, but I try to come on when I think there's a continuation of events, not just whatever events and then have a big gap. So I'm trying to time when I do come on to do the events. We have, after today, we have 2 days remaining, Saturday, Sunday. I'll be here those 2 days. Plus, obviously, we have today, which should be a really good day. A lot of people looking forward to the 200 meters for the men. Can Noah Lyles retain his title, or will he be upset by Tebogo beating the Olympics? But supposedly he was, and I say supposedly, he was not healthy. Bednarek has been running well. He beat Bednarek in the US trials, and that's where you see Bednarek gave him a little push. I guess he wasn't happy about that outcome. So it should be interesting in terms of how this all ends up today. But that's the race of the day. I mean, the 400 meters hurdles should be very, very good also with Benjamin and Waham. Benjamin looks impervious. He looks, frankly, I would say almost unbeatable. But we have to run the races. I think it's been this track and field event, a lot of favorites have come through, actually. We haven't had a lot of major, at least on the track, upset. Some people may call Sibyl winning an upset. I don't. I mean, he's probably running the best of all the runners apart from Thompson for the 100. Maybe in the hurdles, the men's 110 hurdles. But a lot of favorites have come through and done well. So, and you're always going to have upsets at these championships. But today's a good day, a lot of good events. Looking forward to the events. If you are trying to watch these events in the USA, it's on USA Network. It's also on Peacock in the USA. If you are in the UK, it's at BBC One, BBC Two. They sort of flip it at some point. I'm not sure where Jamaica is showing it, actually. It used to be on TVJ, but not sure it's showing it. I think there are, if you go on the website for the Tokyo Championship, they have a place where they say places you can watch, so you can go there and try to see if you can locate wherever country you're in, you can watch the event. So there are people all over who watch this program. I know it's like Germany, Kenya, Australia, all over. So don't want to be partial to any one given locale. But it's the main ones that I've sort of brought out that are part of this channel, or these channels, I should say, not just one channel. But if you go on the website, it does have a location where they says place you can watch it. I haven't really utilized it. But thanks to the people, we have 23 likes and we have 189 people watching. I know the likes are hard. I know the button is hard to push, it's very difficult. But if you get it in a full screen mode, under my logo, it has that upward button, that thing where it says upwards. I'm gonna put myself more on the screen. It has that thing which says this under my logo. If you're not familiar with it, and I'm not trying to be fishy, you should see that. You can push it, and it's a like. And I just dropped the link for my channels and my website. You can sign up for the website, and you can sign up for the channels. Actually, I appreciate it. I need 146 people to sign up for my. If you're on Cranky Live and you haven't signed up for Balance View, please do so. I'm gonna have a lot of interesting things on Balance View because at some point this year, Crank Live will be exclusively sports, and Balance View will be non-sports. So please sign up for either channel if you're interested in life outside of sports and vice versa. Then please sign up for both channels. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you also. So thanks for being here. I know many of you have to go to work, but in today's environment, as I've said previously on previous shows, you can take your viewing with you. You have a mobile device, and hopefully you have data, and the data is not overly expensive. You can take it with you and watch the events. So thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here. It's now 7:40, and coming up is the women's 800 meters semifinal. So it'll be on board in 3 minutes. And as you can see on the board, there's heat 1 there. Let me go back to the let me give you a better view. You see heat 1 there. We'll go to the runners as they line up for the event. And also, I'll take calls between events, not during events. So subsequent to the women's 800 meters, we then have the triple jump and the javelin. Probably finished pretty close actually to the 400-meter hurdles, given there's 3 rounds for the women. In these events at this championship, it's normally the top 2 that goes through automatic qualifiers along with the 2 fastest. So in heat number 1, we have Melissa Coro from Italy, Renelle Lamotte from France, Maggie Condon from USA, Claudia Hollingsworth from Australia, Daly Cooper Gaspar from Cuba, Mary Mora from Kenya, Georgia Hunter Bell from Great Britain, and Natalia Gould, now topping from Jamaica. It's interesting when I see the Cuban athletes. One time when Fidel Castro was heading up Cuba, they used to be phenomenal in track and field and boxing. But they're falling on hard times. It's not the same Cuba. Way back when, for some of your time, they had like Alberto Wantorino. They had great boxers. But they're falling on hard times. You have to have resources to do certain things, and their resources are challenged. But we're here for the first of 3 heats in the women's 800 meters. And if you look at the times on the screen, Georgia Hunter Bell from Great Britain is 155.96, and Natalia Gould 155.96. Those are the 2 personal best, which are the best times in the field, but it doesn't matter. It's championship, and we've seen a lot of people at the championship run personal best. A lot of people, which says a lot about the athletes. When you're running personal best at these big events, it shows you're putting in the effort and the work, and it materializing in you getting good outcome. Doesn't mean you're always going to win. So don't give your best. That should be the big deal. If you give your best and your family yourself can be proud, your friends can be proud of you. Now I know some people just want to win. They don't care about giving your best. They only like winners. I remember one time when you win a silver at these events, it was a great big deal and people were ecstatic and happy. It's not as much as that anymore. People just want the winners. You're not thinking about no second and no third. Only winners, which is not fair to the athletes. You train all year. If you're running in the semifinal, you're one of the top 24 athletes in the world. And if you're running the final, you're one of the top 8 at that point in time. And yet you don't get the cool. But if you top 8 in anything in the world, people, that's a big deal. Think about it. We're not talking about in your country or your school or your community. You're top 8 of all 8 billion people who probably could participate in this event. Well, I wouldn't say 8 billion. Less than 8 billion because if you're 5-6 years old, you ain't going to be running an adult event. But let's say the top 4 or 5 billion, 6 billion. It's a lot. They're off in the 800 meters for women. Semifinal 1 of 3. And they're running pretty quickly, actually. and everybody trying to cross over and get in a good space. Mora leading from Lamont, Gould topping second. It's interchanging position. So it's very hard to call up any one given runner because position switching. Now Mora is now taking the lead on a more long-term basis. Under Bell from Great Britain second. Mora is again still out in front, looking good. Mora is from Kenya. Under Bell from Great Britain. Tebogo in second place. They have just completed the first lap. They have about less than 400 meters to go. Mora is in first. Gould is in second. They're starting to stretch it out now, but they're bunched up. All the runners are there and in striking distance. Now, Gould sometimes struggles with how she runs these races, but she should be in front from behind. But the top four runners, Mora, Gould, Hunter Bell, Cooper Gasper. But the other runners are behind and not far behind. As they come around the bend, 100 meters to go, it's Mora from Gould. Gould now in front. Mora, Gould, and Monte. Hunter Bell right behind. Look at the strike. And Lamate is also there. It's Mora from Gould. Gould looking up at the screen, trying to see who's behind her. Stretching really hard. Gould looks good. Mora, Gould, Hunter Bell. Here comes Corey. Gould is struggling. Is she going to make it? She's struggling. She may not even make fourth. She ran out. She didn't make fourth. She came fifth. Top two goes to Gould. Gould finished fifth. She died in the stretch. Mora won. Hunter Bell second. Automatic qualifiers. Cora Italy third. Going to look for if she's one of the fastest qualifiers along with Hollingsworth. But Gould looked well coming around the bend, but those legs gave out. So she will not be in the final. Yeah, her deceleration was rapid in the last 40, 50 meters. So Mora from Kenya first, Mary Mora. Hunter Bell from Great Britain second. Mora won 158.40. Hunter Bell 158.62. Cora Italy third. She has to wait and see if she's one of the fastest qualifiers. There are two of those. And then Hollingsworth in Australia is in the same boat. And I think up tonight, well, people are psyched for the 200-meter final. Yes, the 200-meter final will be coming up at approximately 9:06 a.m. And yes, people should be psyched. I'm sure people like now love this attention, and it's well deserved. 1951 is not a. And you guys should predict. By the way, I know we are saying the race is coming up. Predict your winner. And don't forget people to subscribe to the channels, both Balanced View and Cranky Live. And also, if you haven't signed up yet, sign up for the website. We have 58 likes and we have 238 people. So for those people who are my regulars who are now in the chat, at least I would expect you to hit the like button. Boy, you guys just dissing me this morning, I'm telling you. I would expect you to hit the like button. I can understand people are new to the channel. I'm just like, I can't be bothered. But if you're not new to the channel and you've been here with me for the last year since I've been running this channel, our channels, I should say, at a minimum, I'd expect you to hit the like button. But hey, it's your prerogative. I appreciate you being here anyway. Thanks. So we have coming up next is going to be Heat 2. Heat 2. So we have Heat 1 is done. I think Natoigo was the only Jamaican who served. Oh, there were two Jamaicans, Tracy and Gould in 800 meters represent Jamaica. Neither have made the final. Gould made a strong run. She competed, but it just wasn't enough. Now, where is... Yeah, I think for the 800 meters, Keely Hawkins in the 3 has to be the overwhelming favorite. She was out for a while, came back, and she hasn't missed a beat. But we're live here for the women's 800 meters. Heat number 2 is coming up, so it should be a good race. If you're on your way to work, what are you on your way to work or not? I hope everyone after these events have a wonderful wonderful day. If you're on your way to work, I hope you have a great day at work. And if you're home and like me, for me, this is out of work actually. It does take a lot of effort to do this. Not just getting up early, but just to prepare for these, whether the videos or the shows. So that works. I'm not gonna say I don't work, even though getting up the corporate stuff. So I'll wait before we start making predictions for some of these races, but for the 200, but you can soon start predicting at 8:50. I'm gonna have the men's 400-meter hurdles and then the women's, and those should be good. Men's gonna be interesting. And Warholm recovered that unbelievable form he has. Benjamin just ran away with it. Benjamin is looking unbeatable in the heats and semis. It was almost like he's just having fun at them. I'm at 76 likes on Cranky Live. I don't see any likes on Balanced View. Those of you on Balanced View, you don't like my channel because you guys don't hit the like button. No, I have 13 likes on Balanced View. I'm sorry. I have 13. So let me just ratio this out. So if you're on Balanced View, please hit the like button. If you're on the channel, please hit the like button, people. Trying to get these likes up so more people can come and watch the channel. Because some people are looking online for places to go engage. And if you hit the like button, I'm sure the algorithm will push it out there for people to come and join us. So. But again, thanks for being here. The triple jump is now ongoing. And then we're going to have heat 2 of the women's 800 meters. Heat 1 was very, very good. Really good running. I like the 4 and the 8. I especially like the 8 for some reason. Just because you have a chance to sit down, observe, see the tactics being deployed or employed in these events. And they're normally pretty, you don't realize how quick it is to run 1:56 for 800 meters. That have both stamina and some semblance of speed. Someone was saying yesterday that it was interesting the level of diversity that they saw. Some countries now we have Diaz Hernandez jumping for Italy. So he has a Spanish name, he's a black athlete, and he's in Italy. All those seems to be contraries in a sense. Shows you that there's a lot of migration happening across the world. Some places embraced, other places not embraced. It's interesting. What I noticed on these, on my normal live show, people are very talkative. I'm going to use that word, maybe the wrong word to use. But here, people are just observing, very, very silent. You can put comments in, and I'll put the comments up, and I'll respond. And welcome to all the viewers who are in. I know there are a number of people from Thailand. Last time I checked my stats, a lot from Thailand. So if you're joining me from Thailand, thanks for being here, and also from Kenya. There are quite a few people also from Germany and Australia. And my regular viewers from the UK, Jamaica, the US, Canada, and wherever else you may be in the world. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Now we have the triple jump going. Scott from Jamaica is jumping. Scott is an interesting story. He's ranked number 4 in the world. Can you say he's one of the more well-known Jamaican athletes? Decent jump. He's shaking his head. He fouled actually on that jump. It looked decent when he took off. We're waiting the start of heat 2 of 3 of the women's 800 meters semifinal. The runners are on the track and about to get started. So in lane 1, we have got a diet from, I'm not even sure where that is. Liberman from France, Hull from Australia. I thought I know. I was going to say Lithuania, but I don't think so. Hull from Australia, Raziki from, we have Raziki, we have Wero. I'm struggling this morning, people from Sweden, Odira from Kenya, Nakai from Uganda, Dugama from Ethiopia, and Heptathlon from the USA. I know I'm struggling. So we have 9 runners in this heat, actually. Must have been a protest someplace and somebody got put in. Normally we have 8. They leave a lane open for contingencies. The runners on the track are being announced. And the race is off. Now, I think LTU is Lithuania, but when I looked at the runner, and maybe I should use optics to judge, I was a little bit surprised. So you gotta forgive me. Dugama in from Ethiopia in the lead, Wero second, Nakai third, and Raziki. And as I said, I love the 800, give them a chance to really. When the race started, not over simultaneously like the 100 meters is. So you have a chance to watch a runner strategy, how they're running. So it's Wero and Dukama are up in the lead. Wero is from Switzerland. Dukama is from Ethiopia. They're leading. They're changing position. Hull and Kleckler is also there. All the runners are in striking distance. You are now started far behind. They have decided to take off down the back stretch. They're pushing it. So it's Dugama from Wero, Hull, Nakai, really pushing it down the back stretch. Wero and Dugama are taking it out. They probably went too quickly because Hull is in striking distance. I would like to try to time it. Wero is still leading, but neck and neck with the Guma, Wero, they're exchanging positions. Let's see if they have energy left in the backstretch. It's Wero in front from the Guma. Wero and the Guma, they're leading. Hull is in third place, but she's on the rail. Will she have a chance to be able to come through? And here comes Wero is in front. The Kuma has fell back, real far back, really badly. So it's Odira from Kenya who came all the way from the back to win the race. And you know that you mentioned her for the entire race. She timed it brilliantly. Odira won from Wero and Hull. Heptathlon fourth, and the Guma, who probably took it out too early after the first 600. She fell by the wayside. So Odira from Kenya, 156.85. Audrey Wero from Switzerland, 156.99. Jessica Hull from Australia was third in 157.15, and Shericka Jackson from USA, 157.62. I think Odira ran a brilliant race. She timed it perfectly. Number of runners. Azia Raziki, she ran her personal best along with Galvidai from Lithuania. So we have 2 of the 3 races completed. And we have 4 automatic qualifiers. Obviously, 2 are waiting time because it's the top 2 plus in each heat. So that's 6 plus 2 past 4, 5, make it 8. As you come to chat, people, both on the Balance View channel, I'm trying to get 155 subscribers today on my Balance View channel. And I promise, if I get 155 on my Balance View, I will not bug you about likes and subscribe on Balance View. I'm not going to say it on Graphic Live. For the rest of the championship, we have 2 days after today. So if you haven't done so, go over to my Balanced View channel and subscribe. I need 145 people to subscribe today. get me to a magic number of 1,000. And by the way, a lot of you have been very good in subscribing to the channel, so I appreciate you, both currently live and on Balance View. I'm gonna drop the Balance View link. You can just click on it, subscribe, and you can click off, and I appreciate it. Trying to get to 1,000. And if you haven't hit the like button, and if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so on both channels. Whatever channel you're on, please do so. And whatever country you're in, whether you're in evening or night in Asia, whether you're in morning in this part of the world, whether you're in midday in the UK or in Europe, we appreciate you. Thanks for being here. I've been in Australia, just in a different time zone period, but I appreciate you being here. You could be any place else, so thanks for being here. So we have completed heat 2 of 3 for the women's 800 meters. We have 1 heat remaining. I think the overwhelming favorite in this heat is Keely Atkinson from Great Britain. I'd be very shocked if she doesn't finish in the top 2. Very shocked. Emerson, how is the UK, Emerson? How are you doing, Emerson? Good morning. Thank you, Emerson. Appreciate the compliments. How are you doing this morning? I should say this afternoon, because afternoon for you in the UK. How's it going? So we're seeing the runners on the track for the women's 800. Let's go back to. So in lane 1, so there are 9 runners here also. Interesting that they have multiple 9. Maybe they have enough people qualifying standards. So Sarah Mora from Kenya is in 1. Anna Welgos from Poland in 2. Mayalis Trapo from Canada 3. Worknesh Mesili, Ethiopia 4. Aratile Noe from Botswana 5. Keely Hodgkinson from Great Britain 6. Agnes Bourgoin, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. France 7. Abby Caldwell from Australia 8. And Gabriela Gajanova from it's not Slovakia. Don't mess up. She's in lane 9. Women runners are lined up. They're lined up for this race, and it should be a good one. Should be a good one. Yeah. Gajanova is Slovakia. I'm missing my symbols nowadays. So we're in the last of the 3 heats. And if you just join us, heat 1, automatic qualifiers were Mora and Hunter Bell. So from Kenya and from Great Britain. In heat 2, the automatic qualifiers were Odira, who came from behind, and Wero from Switzerland. And now we're in heat 3. It is the top 2 in each heat that goes through, and the 2 fastest qualifiers. Women 800 meters. If you notice, we have 2 Moras. We have a Sarah Mora from Kenya, and heat 1 we had a Mary Mora. I don't know if they're related. Or a lot of people in Kenya just have a Mora last name. If you're on the Balance People, we have 169 person on Balance View, and we only have 20 likes. Come on, Balance View. Come on, my Balance View. Compete with my people on Cranky Live. Cranky Live have 117 likes. More Balance View have 20. So Balance View, you're getting destroyed. Race is about to start, and they're off. The women's 800 meters, heat 3 of 3. Top 2 goes through, along with 2 automatic qualifiers. I'm sorry, with 2 qualified by time. They're trying to sort themselves out, trying to come around the first bend. They've gone through the first 100. We'll cross over soon. The favorite in this race is Hodgkinson. He's already in 2nd position. So it's Caldwell from Australia leading, Hodgkinson from Great Britain 2nd. Norway is in 3rd place. It's switched again. So Hodgkinson, Caldwell, Norway, Burgoyne. Good morning, Ricardo. Thanks for being here. Hodgkinson's in front. She can run from the front. She can run from the middle. She can run from the back. It doesn't matter where she runs from. She's just that good. Hodgkinson is in front from Caldwell, Norway, and Gajanova. Races even so far. I think the first 5 are sort of separating themselves from the 4, but some people play possum for most of the race and then save the energy to come on. So we'll see what happens. Hodgkinson's taking it out. She's saying, you know what? You're going to have to run this race. I am not taking any chances. So Hodgkinson from Caldwell, Cajanova, and Burgoyne from France in 4th place. It's Hodgkinson as they come on the backstretch coming around the bend. Hodgkinson is in front. They come on the bend, 100 meters to go. It's Hodgkinson from Burgoyne and Cajanova and Norway. Hodgkinson leading. She's very, very comfortable. She's stretching it out. She's pumping those arms. Burgoyne from France in second. Cajanova and Norway are fighting. Norway from Botswana. Burgoyne from France in second place. I think Burgoyne may die in the stretch. Hodgkinson, yes, she's dying. Here comes Mora pushing Hodgkinson. Burgoyne held on though. Hodgkinson, Morgan, Burgoyne, and Mora from really, really good runs. So it's Hodgkinson, Mora, Burgoyne, and Norway. That's how they finished. Hodgkinson from the UK, Mora from Kenya. Is Mora Kenya? What? These things are always crashing people. Always crashing. I guess there's maybe too many people on the side. Mora from Kenya. There are 2 Kenyans, 2 Moras. This Mora made it through and ran the same time as Hodgkinson. Same exact time. Hodgkinson was pretty relaxed actually, but Mora looked really, really strong. People, it's going to be a dandy final. One would think there's going to be an easy win for Hodgkinson in the final, but Mora looks strong. I mean, she's not even. She looks like she's feeling. If you look at, if you don't know how an athlete is running, when you get the head-on shot and they show you directly in their faces, and you can see whether it's strained or not. She just looked like, you know what? I'm going to school. I'm walking to school, not even running to school. I'm walking to school. She's so relaxed. Now, Hodgkinson is a 154 plus runner, so 157 is within her, easy within her reach, but Mora looked really, really good. It should be a dandy final, actually. So we've completed all 3 heats in the women's 800. So here are the qualifiers. Lillian Odira from Kenya. She had the fastest time, 1:56.85. Audrey Wero from Switzerland, 1:56.99. Jessica Hull from Australia, 1:57.15. Keely Hodgkinson, Great Britain, and she's the favorite for the final, even though Mora looks so great. 1:57.53. Sarah Mora from Kenya, same time as Hodgkinson, and she looked really, really good. Herda Kleckler from the USA, 1:57.62. And then you go down, you see Mary Mora. So both Moras from Kenya. Mary Mora made it on. Also, she's at 1:58.40. And then Georgia Hunter Bell from Great Britain, 1:58.62. So Great Britain has 2 in the finals. Kenya has 2 in the finals. USA 1, Australia 1, Switzerland. 2 Kenyans, 2 from Great Britain, and then we have to distribute amongst other runners. So that was very, very good for the 800. Love the 800 actually. So now it's 8:08. We have 7 minutes to start the final of the men's 400 meters. This should be a dandy. This should be a really, really good race. Looking forward to this. Odell, bless up. Thanks, Odell. Appreciate the compliment, sir. Emerson says, I am very well. You're looking forward to the Arsenal versus match. Yes, Emerson, I'm looking forward to. I may do a watch along for that match actually, Emerson, on Sunday. I probably will do a watch along for that game. We lost to Liverpool by a worldly free kick from Szoboszlai. So hopefully we don't have that with Man City. It should be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. But it's this has been a good morning. And Ricardo, thanks for being here, Ricardo. If you're on the Balanced View channel, appreciate you being here, but you're reluctant to hit the like button. I have no idea why. I only have 24 likes and 147 watching. And also, I mean, I barely have just over 20% for my Cranky Life channel. 136 at 545. Those are not good numbers, people. Come on. Don't you want others to come join the channel? I'm trying to get the viewership up to 1,000 by the 200 starts in. So if we can get this likes up to like 500 people on Cranky Life and up to 150 on Balanced View, I can get my 1,000 live viewers. So So I'm a beg. Can you please just hit the like button? I'm not used to begging people. Can you please just hit the like button? People who know me regularly know I'm a little more forceful to request likes. But since this is a lot of these people are new audiences, I have to be my nicest self. So please hit the like button. It's not gonna hurt you. The host would appreciate it. And if you didn't like it, you probably wouldn't be here. Well, that's a presumption on my part, but I do appreciate you regardless of the like button. Let's please hit the like button, people. If you're in, and most people are on their devices, you're on a mobile device. If you get out of full screen mode first, and while we have an interim now between the start of the 400-meter finals, you can get out, hit the like button quick, and then go back into full screen. Because I know people are watching these events on mobile, not just on. And if you're on your TV, you can always go just hit the like button easy. Because if you're on the TV, then you can just log into the channel on your mobile device and hit the like button. Most people don't watch these things on their computers, which is interesting. But when I check the stats. But I appreciate you being here. It is Friday morning and Friday evening in Tokyo. The World Championships to me have been very, very good. The sprints have been great. The mid distance have been great. The longer distance have been great. Field events have been good. So it's been good. Very, very good. And hopefully you're enjoying the events. And as I said, you could be any place else than you here. So I truly, truly appreciate you being here. We have a number of events on the calendar for today. Let's go to what's remaining. Currently ongoing, the men's triple jump, which started at 7:50. And when I say 7:50, people, I'm in the US, and on the East Coast. So it's Eastern Standard Time. So I am using my local time. If I was to use, say, Japan, it would be 8:50 p.m. I think they're 13 hours ahead of me. So if you see I put on the screen here, you see the times. That's the time in Japan. It's it's about 8:12 now. I'm saying no, it's past 8:12. It's 8:12 in the US now. It's probably about 9:12 in Japan. But the triple jump started at 8:50. The javelin started at 9 p.m. The men's 400 will come at 9:15, which is another 3 minutes. And this is Japan time, but I do put up my time, which is East Coast time. So it's now 8:12 a.m. And those of you who just come to see the 200, because that's the event of the day for the men. That's at 9:06 a.m. and that's less than an hour away. And there's a lot of anticipation around that. But there are other events which are all pretty good. Men's 400 meters, women's 400 meters, women's 200 meters, men's 200 meters. I'm sorry, 200 meters is the Heptathlon at 8:38. But the flat 200 for both the men and the women are the events that close out the show, with the women closing out at 9:22. But now we're here for the men's 400 meters hurdles final. In lane 2 is Caleb Dean from the USA. Lane 3, Emil Egekom from Germany. Karsten Warholm from Norway in lane 3, in lane 4, sorry. Abderrahman Samba from Qatar is in lane 5. Ezekiel Nathaniel from Nigeria in lane 6. Rai Benjamin, to me the favorite, even though Warholm has a better personal best, is in lane 7. Ismail Dudai Abakar from Qatar in lane 8. And the Brazilian Alison dos Santos is in lane 9. It's interesting in terms of these championships. I don't think the best times are the one that gets the best lane, which is really interesting. I'm not sure the lane assignments are determined. Because I remember when Levell ran in the first round for the 200 meters and he had the best time. What did he run? 1984? He didn't get the best lane. So that's interesting. He didn't get lane 8, which is weird. Good morning, Twain. Good morning, Owen. Thanks for being here. And as I said before, if you have not hit the like button, when you have the Crank Live channel, which only has 32 likes of 169, you notice how I watch the likes like hawk people? Because it's the algorithm, as they call it. It's what determines the traffic that comes to your channel. That's why you hear content providers are always commenting on that, because they're trying to drive traffic to their channels, and yours truly is no different. Again, we are in we're here for the 400-meter hurdles final. Lane 2, Caleb Dean, USA. Emil Agikom, Germany, in lane 3. Hopefully I got that right. Lane 4, Karsten Warholm from Norway, who actually is an up and down runner nowadays. Lane 5, Abderrahman Samba from Qatar. Lane 6, Ezekiel Nathaniel from Nigeria. Lane 7, to me the favorite, Rai Benjamin, who looks brilliant in the heats and semis of the USA. Lane 8, Ismail Tadai Abakar from Qatar. And lane 9, Alison dos Santos from Brazil. The men's 400 meters hurdles is on track and almost ready to go. The Santos, Abakar, Benjamin, Nathaniel, Samba, Warholm, Agekom, and Dean, all trying to make their mark, all trying to be at the podium. Let's see what 3 will make it. I wonder what it's like to be running in these races if you're the athlete. Nerves must be pumping through your body. You have a chance to be on the podium, become a hero. And make sure you give your best. On their marks, and they're off. Men's 400-meter hurdles. They go around the bend for the first 100. The Santos looks good, and so does Benjamin. And Warholm is eating up the track. He's probably going too quick. So it's Warholm from Benjamin dos Santos. 3 of the favorites: Warholm, Benjamin dos Santos. Benjamin looks really, really good. Warholm and Benjamin look like they're tied at this point. They're going to the hurdle both simultaneously. Benjamin is in the lead, and he's running away with this. It's Benjamin from Warholm dos Santos. The 3 favorites are there. Benjamin coming on the stretch, leading by a good country mile. Warholm is second. Warholm is struggling. He's dying in the stretch. It's Benjamin. He hit the last hurdle. Warholm, Benjamin dos Santos. Benjamin dos Santos. And third is Samba from Qatar, and Warholm, who has been up and down all season, literally died in the stretch. Literally. Samba third, Nathaniel fourth. Benjamin was the favorite. He has been running all year. He was comfortable. He got to be tired on the straight, though, which is strange for him, given how he ran the heats and semis, because he hit a hurdle. That could have been calamitous. I think he hit, what, was it the last hurdle? I was thinking that, yeah, he hit a hurdle right there. That could have been horrible. That could have gone all wrong. And the Santos came, when he hit that hurdle, was coming like wildfire. But the Santos, so Benjamin from the USA, the gold medal in 46.52. The Santos Brazil, the silver in 46.84. And Abderrahman Samba from Qatar coming from in the pack, 47.06. Ezekiel Nathaniel looked good for a while from Nigeria, and he has a national record, but fell back and came fourth. And it must be the worst to come fourth, people. Coming fourth by 0.04 second. That means you're 0.04 second, maybe 0.05 away from the podium. And Karsten Warholm, who is a 45-something run at times, he has been losing it. I'm not sure what's happening with him, but he was not in the heats. He goes out really hard, has nothing left in the tank in the last 70 meters. Nothing. Done. And he worked out. So we have completed the men's 400 meters, and we have the women's 400 meters coming up. But that was a really good race. Good win by Benjamin, even though he almost had disaster at the end. And his strides were way up when he hit that hurdle. Wonder if he failed, what would have happened? Would he be able to get up and win? He would have lost, because the Santos was coming like wildfire. It was coming like a train locomotive on the outside. Again, everyone, if you haven't done so yet, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. I do appreciate it. I have 2 channels and a website I'm promoting. So if you haven't subscribed, I have the Balance View channel, Cranky Life channel, and also my Sports Social News channel, which is called SSNN Live. I'm going to drop them in the link. If you can just go there and subscribe, the host would truly appreciate it. And also, just as important, even more important, just as important, I wouldn't say more important, hit the like button. I have 523 on the chat and 171 likes. And if you hear me preaching this, people continue through the program and it's buzzing your ears, you're like, can these men just stop talking about that? It's because it's an imperative. It's important. So thank you. Bless up, Sylvester. One Hopewell. I hear you, Sylvester. Bless up. Thanks for being here. It's early morning for some people. If you're on the West Coast, it's really early. It's 5:20. If you're on the East Coast, in the US, it's 8:20. If you're in the UK, it's 1:20. If you're in Japan, it's what, 9:20. And if you're in Germany and other places, sort of similar time period as the UK. Our difference in a lot of cases. But because of where you are in the world, you're in Australia. If you're in Kenya, and I know a lot of people from Kenya on the channel, and a lot of people from Thailand on the channel. I appreciate a lot of the new persons who are coming, and also appreciate those who have been with me for a while, for the last year. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here. We're enjoying some track and field. It's been awesome. We just completed the men's 400. Let's go back to it and hear the medal. Here are the winners. Rai Benjamin won the gold medal. Alison Dos Santos, the Rai Benjamin from the US, and he was the favorite, won the gold. Alison Dos Santos from Brazil, second, 46.84. Benjamin won in 46.52. Nobody broke the 46 mark. And Abdurrahman Samba came from the back, 47.06, season's best, and got the bronze. Karsten Warholm, one of the pre-race favorites, and was a 45 plus time. He collapsed in the last 100. I'm not sure why, if you have a coach, he doesn't explain to you that when you're running heats and semis, you were collapsing, that you should have probably saved something for the end of the race. Bless up Sylvester in Florida, same time as the East Coast in New York, even though you're down south. So thanks for being here. Again, if you haven't the like button, I'm trying to get to 300 likes on Cranky Live. So we're at 178. So it's 176. We still need another 224 or 124 on Cranky Live. I'm trying to get to 300 people for Cranky Live. And on Balance View, I'm trying to get to 100. I only have 36 on Balance View. I only have 176 on Cranky Live. So if I get to 300 and 100, I shut up about likes and subscribe and share and comment. Well, no, I still wanted to comment. So if you get me from 175 to 300 at 540 watching, that's not a request that is out of kilt. I appreciate it. Now we're here for the women's 400 meters hurdles, and let me pull that up. And it's the final 400 meter hurdles. So we have Zapetalova from Slovakia in lane 2. There's only 8 runners here. Some of the events we have had 9 runners. This we have 8. It's 177. Thank you, Rebala. I appreciate that. In lane 3, we have Naomi van der Broek from Belgium. Lane 4, the Jamaican, Cheyenne Salmon. Lane 5, the overwhelming favorite. Another sort of, I'm calling her the semi-unicorn. The real unicorn is McLaughlin. Frankie Bowl is right behind her, from the Netherlands. Anna Cockrell from the US. Anna Cockrell from the US is in lane 6. Jasmine Jones from the US is in lane 7. Gianna Woodruff from Panama in 8. And Dalia Mohammed from the US lane 9. At one point, Dalia Mohammed dominated this event, until McLaughlin came on board. And then Frankie Bowl, McLaughlin and Frankie Bowl are sort of similar in kind of timing, but Mohammed was one time the queen. Things have changed materially. But there's one Jamaican in this race, Cheyenne Salmon. Let's see what she can do. I think Frankie Bowl, Mohammed, Cockrell, those are sort of pre-race. You expect 1, 2, 3 somewhere. But Jones will say something about that, actually. If you look at the times here, Bowl is the only one under 51 seconds. She's at 50.95. You see Mohammed is at 51.58. That's personal best. These are personal best times in Cockrell at 51.87. Both Woodruff and Salmon are in the below 53. So this should be a very good race also. We have 182 people. I'm trying to get another 118 likes on Cranky Live, another 61 likes on Balance View. We have 195 people on Balance View. You can, of the 195, if 61 of you just hit the like button, I'll shove about Balance View likes. And if another 170 hit the like button on Cranky Live, I will promise I'll talk about like, subscribe for the rest of the morning, as we have almost another hour to go, less than an hour to go. And if you imagine, Muhammad won gold in 2016 and silver in 2020. So, and at the world, she's won gold in 2019. So she's been running for a while and been on top for a while. And it's commendable. And she's a 5-time US champion. So really big resume for Muhammad, but I think Frank Bowles' current resume is even better in terms of better time, dominant. And we'd expect, if Frankie Bowles loses, I'll be very, very surprised, given how well she's been running. But the hurdles can be unforgiving, right? Easier to recover from a 400-meter hurdles fall than you can from a 100-meter hurdles for the women fall. But I hope no one's fall, and hope we get a good race, and hope people put out their best and get a good outcome. Now, coming up later in the program, after the 400-meter hurdles, we're going to have the women's 200 meters heptathlon, and then we have the two closers for the evening, especially the second, the penultimate closer, which is the men's 200. That should be a humdinger. And those are the races that people get really excited about. When you have a champion who is very loquacious, very verbose, out there, very hyped. Then you have others coming behind him who want to take him down. Makes for a spectacle. So women's 400-meter hurdles final. The contestants on the track. It is Eptathlon from Slovakia in lane 2. Naomi van den Broek in Belgium in lane 3. Shian Salmon from Jamaica, lane 4. Femke Bol, Netherlands, lane 5. Anna Cockrell, USA, lane 6. Jasmine Jones, USA, lane 7. Gianna Woodruff, Panama, lane 8. And in lane 9 is Muhammad. I don't know why. Which probably said her first name. Dalila Muhammad is in lane 9. The women's 400-meter hurdles final is about to get underway. This should be a good race for second and third. That's my prediction. I need 105 more for my Cranky Live channel for likes, and another 58 for balance views. So you guys just want to shut me up about that? If you just give the likes, I'll shut up about it. Runners are on their mark. Women 400-meter hurdles final. Set. And they're off. Women's 400-meter final. Frankie Ball is the overwhelming favorite, and she's gone out really, really well. Over the first hurdle, they're at the bend, about 100 meters mark. Runners are all evenly spaced out. Frankie Ball is there with Cockrell, so it's Ball, Cockrell, Jones. It's Ball, Cockrell, Jones, Woodruff. Those are what they are. The other back from lane 3 to 4-3 into out of this race. It's a 3-4 athlete race. It's Ball, Jones, Cockrell, Muhammad. Ball is now in front, just by a bit in front of Jones. Cockrell is third, and Muhammad is out of this. It's a 3-person race. It is Ball in front, and she's running away with this. Jones in second, Cockrell third. Cockrell is dying somewhat. Cockrell is dying, and she may not make. She's going to be running hard. Jones, Ball, Jones, and on the outside, who was totally out of it, Eptathlon came third. Cockrell died in the stretch. I think Cockrell ran a bad race. I think she went out with those two individuals, Jones and Ball, and that was out of her league. So changing up the guard somewhat in terms of Muhammad finished down the track along with Salmon. But Frankie Ball, the overwhelming favorite, a world lead 51-54. Now that we have Noah McLaughlin in this race, who is the ultimate unicorn for me, and she's now in the flat 4, I expect Frankie Ball to dominate for a long time. Jasmine Jones ran a personal best, 52.08. And Emma Zapetalova from Slovakia came third in a national record of 53 flat. So really good race. Fenke Bowl won as expected. Jones did herself really well. And Zapetalova did wonderful for Slovakia. I think Cockrell did herself a little bit disservice by trying to go out with these runners, which will save something for the end, and didn't, and it cost her. Fenke Bowl, she has not one drop of sweat on her. Now, I know Japan has been very, very hot this time of the year, but I don't think Fenke Bowl looked like she just ran a 10-meter race, not even a 100-meter race. She don't look tired. She has no sweat. She just looks relaxed. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. If you just came into the chat, I've been begging for likes, people, literally begging for likes, and I can't get them. My audience this morning is very conservative when it comes to like. Very conservative. So I'm gonna stop begging since they're reluctant to give me the remaining 102 for Cranky Live and the remaining 55 for Balance Views. I've tried really hard, so I'm gonna give up. Hope you're enjoying the event so far. We have just completed women's 400-meter hurdles. Now on the track, there's a woman Eptathlon 200. And that will take place at 8:38, so that's 7 more minutes. And then subsequent to that, those runners, we're going to have the men's 200 and the women's 200. And most people are anticipating the men's 200 because it should be a phenomenal race. Phenomenal race. Hopefully I get enough time to preview that race and the runners. There are a lot of good runners in there. Even runners like Zana Hughes, who are very good runners at this event, don't get a lot of kudos because of the top 4. But I'm looking forward to it. Not as much hype around the women's 200 because Melissa Jefferson so far in front. You would think when Noah Lyles ran his 19.51, that may shut down the buzz around the 200, but the buzz is still there. But the view is that he is not being pushed. And Levell, Bednarek, who's been a sleeper to me, and Tebogo, who has not run his best. He false started in 100, but I don't tell. But I have to preview. That's the big race for the day. Other races are good. We have had previously. Let's go back. At least you just joined. We have the women's 800 meters semifinal. If you just joined the program, and here to qualify for the women's 800 semifinal. See if it says Q on the board. Those are the qualifiers. A lot of people run their personal best. And I always find it really great when somebody runs personal best in a big event like this. But Adira from Kenya, Wero from Switzerland, Hull from Australia, Hutchison from Great Britain, Mora from Kenya, Herta Klecker from the USA. Then you have Mora again from, say, 2 Moras from Kenya, and Hunter Bell from Great Britain. Those are the finalists for the women's 800 meters. Now, if we go down to the men's triple jump, let's see where they are. We haven't covered that this morning. And you see where the jumps are there. Pedro Pichardo from Portugal leading. Martinez from Cuba is in second. Yasser Mohamed Tricky from Algeria third. Andrea Della Valle from Italy fourth. And Jamaican Jordan Scott is in 5th place. And Andy Diaz Hernandez from Italy 6th. I'll go to the first 8. Higuez Fabrice Zango is in 7th place, and Jonathan Ceremes from France in 8th. So that's the triple jump for those who are interested in the field events. We go to the javelin, women's javelin, which is live. And you can read on the board, more from New Zealand leading, 62.78. Su from China second, Ruiz Hurtado from Colombia third, Shenko from Greece, Tisenko from Greece is fourth, Siatina from is fifth, Otabor from 6th, Andrzej from Poland, 7th, and Hudson from Austria, 8th. And then we go to the men's 400-meter hurdles final. That's not the final. I don't know why it should be the final. I don't know what this is showing me. Something is wrong on this board. Right, Benjamin won. DeSantis was 2nd. And Samba third. So it's showing me wrong information on here for the final. Or it just showed me the starters. It didn't show me the results. Let me go to the results for the men's 400 meters. The results are not coming up. Don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why the results are not coming from the men's 400 meters. Maybe they have, I don't think they have a disqualification. Let's go to the women's. Right, Benjamin won though for the men. DeSantis was 2nd. So if you go to the men's 400 meters, Benjamin won the race. It's just showing me here. Not even showing me. This is weird. Benjamin is being disqualified. Whoa, no wonder. I didn't realize that actually. Benjamin's been disqualified. DeSantis gets the goal. I missed that. I didn't realize that. Thanks, Amen. I didn't realize Benjamin was disqualified. What did he do? Ran out of his lane? That's weird. So Benjamin disqualified. DeSantis got the goal. Samba the silver and Nathaniel the bronze. I was very much unaware that. Let's see what happened. And he was in shock. I'm sure the youth are going to protest and trying to explain what happened. He won competently. I don't know. Whatever he did, I don't know what he did. If he didn't fast start, so he hit the hurdle. Why did he disqualify him? I can't listen to this. Can you guys tell me why he got disqualified? Maybe they can explain why I got disqualified, because I can't obviously I can't listen to it. I'm doing the feed, so I can't listen to what is being said by the announcers. Can anyone explain why he got disqualified? He won easily. He didn't fast start. Even if you ran somebody's lane, I mean you won easily. What did he do? That makes no sense to me. Sure, the US would protest vehemently, and they should. There's no reason why he shouldn't have to go. That makes no sense to me. That doesn't make sense. Sorry. I'm sorry, it doesn't make sense to me. That's stupid. Whatever they come up with, I'm not buying it. He won the race easily. So now they're showing him again that there's no way he loses that race. I don't care what they say about disqualification, it makes no sense. I'm not buying the disqualified because it makes no sense. It's stupid. I mean, he hit the hurdle. He went around the hurdle. He hit the hurdle. He went around the hurdle? I'm not buying that. He hit it. If he hit it, then I don't know if he goes around if you hit the hurdle. Let's see that hurdle again. He went over it, he hit it. So if his leg went around it, it must be on his way down. If he went around it, I mean, I let me see the race. I have to see that again. That makes no sense. They're not having backup on there. I'm not sure what happened. What's happening? I don't think he's trying to go around the hurdle. I'm not. He was trying to go over the hurdle. Maybe if he hit it, his leg went around it, then that can't be deemed boss. That doesn't make sense to me. He won the race easily. If he walked under the hurdle still, or he waited for 5/10 of a second, still was going to win the race. But I guess there are rules. We'll see what happens. Now the board shows something different again. The official results showing him winning. So I don't know what's happening. You guys in the chat can tell me what's happening, what they're saying, because I can't hear what they're saying. We now have the women. Should I cover these women? I know that's going to sound really bad me saying that, but these are like preliminary races. So let me just see some women's heptathlon. Let's go to this. There are 3 races. These are the heats for the women heptathlon. We have Thiam from Belgium in 2, Odoa from Great Britain 3, Newton Smith, Australia 4, Terivini, Italy 5, Vaninen from Finland 6, Sprengel from Germany 7, O'Connor from Ireland 8, and Osterwegel from the Netherlands in lane 9. 8 runners. This is for the heptathlon, where time matters a lot. Most important thing is you run your PBs the best time possible. If you finish in the top, you finish first, that's also great. But you want to run as good a time as possible. You want to win, but you want to run as good a time as possible. Time is important in these events. He's went around the hurdle. Yeah, but which did he go around the hurdle for before he hit it? I don't understand. They're off for the women's 200 for the Eptathlon. Javelin from Italy comes down the stretch leading very comfortably. It looks like she's going to win this real easily, and the website keeps crashing. Well, she may not win easily anymore. She's got there just, I think. My website just crashed out. It's back up. Javelin didn't even come second, but 24:03 for Tebogo. She won the first heat. O'Connor, Ireland second, 24:07. And Javelin, same time, 24:07. And if you notice there, a lot of people had their personal best and season best. Only one runner didn't have personal or season best, which is great for the runners. Really good for the runners. So people are putting out their best effort. And I get it. But yeah, I figured as much, Henry. I mean, okay, it makes sense. I mean, it wouldn't have made sense if you didn't win the race. If you hit the hurdle and your foot don't go around, then what you supposed to do? I mean, you hit the hurdle. It's not like you went around it before. I don't know how you go around the hurdle if you hit it. Like, how does that work? That's contradictory. That makes no sense. If you hit it, how are you gonna go around it? Because you hit it first, then you go around it. It can't be that you go around it, because the question is, what's your first attempt? Like, you make an attempt to go around it, you make an attempt to go over it, and you hit it. Even if you're trying to go around it and you hit it, you'll still be trying to go over it. Because you have to hit it to go around it, you have to clear it to go around it. Right? Just think about the logic. If you're trying to go over the hurdle, let's say you're trying to go around the hurdle, you still hit the hurdle. So you're trying to go over the hurdle to hit it. If you're trying to go around it, that means you're going towards the hurdle first. To go around it, you have to go around it first. I don't think that's logical. Sorry. It's not logical. Okay. Now that's a different story if the hurdle impede the other athlete. But you know what? I'm out in front. People hit hurdles all the time. But make the hurdle fixed then if you don't want to hit other athletes. Then you tell me I can't hit the hurdle. Just logic escapes me. If I hit the hurdle and hit a piece of another athlete, then that's not my fault. The hurdle was in my way. Me hitting the hurdle means it restricts my movement and my ability to progress and breaks my speed. That's on me. If it impedes someone else, then those rules to me are not logical. Then you say we shouldn't hit them. Then make the hurdle fixed, which is dangerous to the athlete. I don't know how you resolve that. Don't know how you resolve that. But anyway, I'm glad they reinstated him, because it would be to me an injustice. You're winning way out in front. You didn't run in somebody else's lane. And if you did run somebody's lane, you're way in front of them. They wouldn't have caught you anyway. It was illogical. So yeah. But again, thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here this morning. I know many of you are up early. If you're on the East Coast, you're probably on your way to work. It's 8:43 a.m. If you're in Jamaica, it's 7:43. You're probably preparing to go to work. If you're in Asia, if you're in Japan, it's now, I'll put it on the board. It's after 9. It's 9:43 p.m. So it's at night. And if you're in the UK, it's almost 2 o'clock. It's 60 minutes to 2. So, and if you're in Australia, if you're in Germany, if you're on the West Coast, wherever you are, I appreciate you being here. Glad you could join me. And we're trying to enjoy these meet. We are running the Eptathlon. There are 3 heats. Heat 1 has already gone. We have 2 more heats. And then we're going to get to what many of you have come to see, the hype event, the men's 200 meters final. Good point, Henry. Henry talking about Jamaica officials, for those of you who may not be familiar. But yeah, no, I don't. That decision to disqualify him to me was asinine. Like seriously. But I'm glad they reinstated him because he deservedly won, and he won easily. It wasn't like a close race. He won going away. Got tired in the stretch, but yeah. So we have heat 2 of 3 for the women's heptathlon, 200 meters. We have Grim, Germany in lane 1, Latroc class from France 2, West Australia 3, Lota Enoch, Estonia 4, Vincente, Spain 5, Chapman, USA 6, Solik Shorebird, Poland 7, and Arroyo from Colombia in lane 8. Second of 3 heats in the women's heptathlon. Hope you're enjoying this morning's events. It's only going to get better after this next race, and with 2 more events, which is the 200 meters, men and women. And those are finals. They're off for the women's 200 meters. Vincente is in front and looking very comfortable. They come off the turn. Vincente from Spain looks like she's going to run away with this real easily. Tour West Australia coming like a locomotive. And she comes second, and Solik Shorebird from Poland is third. So for the women's 200 for the heptathlon, it's Maria Vincente, Spain first, 23.96. Tori West Australia second, 24.36, and Adriana Solik Shorebird, Poland, 24.38 are the top 3 finishers. It's the heptathlon, so finish matters and time matters. Time is an imperative in these races. We have 1 more in the track, and then we're going to go to the event of the evening, or of the night, actually. Now it's night in Tokyo. Totally agree, Chow. It would have been ridiculous if he was not given the gold, and he has the American flag up, and he has his gold medals around his neck, and he has his king crown on his head. Well deserved. Well deserved. I have to step away for 1 second because I don't want to miss anything from the men's 200 or women's 200. So I'm going to give you some musical interlude for a second. Give me 1 second, people. Longer than a second. I am back. Somebody made this beat for me and I like it. So I hope you like it too. If you don't like it, I apologize. But somebody made this beat especially for me. So I should put a rhythm off it. It grew on me like, I wouldn't say fun, but it grew on me. I like it. All right, we're back. We're back. It's the third heat in the women's 200. I think Shericka Jackson Thompson from Great Britain. I thought she won the silver last time. Didn't she win the silver last time at World Championship for the Eptathlon? She had been a champion before also. She's in this race. She's a good 200-meter runner and also a long jumper. But in this race, we only have, 7 runners? Talia Brooks, USA. Atterley, USA. Michelle Atterley. Beatrice. Juski Vikuti from Lithuania. Sophie Doctor from the Netherlands. Anna Hall from the USA. USA has 3 runs in this race. Abigail Paulett from Great Britain and Shericka Jackson Thompson from Great Britain. Those are the runners for the Heptathlon Heat 3 of 3. And when this is done, time for Father Hype, who is what we call Noah Lyles Father Hype because it's a very hyped video. Levell, Bednarek, Tebogo, all of them next. Should be a hyped event. Uptown counting down to the 200 meters. He said 15 minutes left. Yeah, time is going. Time is going. It's almost that time. It's almost that time. So Anna Hall from US. So we have Brooks, Atterley, Juski Vikuti, Tucker, Hall, Paulett, Jackson Thompson. Women's 200 meters heptathlon. Now, wherever you are in the world, if you're a track fan, you have to be anticipating this 200-meter race. It should be a dandy. Should be a great one. The women are in the track. I don't know how they draw the lanes nowadays after you've run like the heat and semis, because I see people in lanes sometimes, which is not reflective of their positioning and their time when they win their heats or they win their semis. So I'm not sure. I got to do some more research on that. I think I'm hitting my mic. So we have Brooks in lane 3, Atterley in lane 4, Juski Vikuti in lane RC Ute in lane 5, Doctor in lane 6, Hall in lane 7, Paulett in lane 8, and Johnson Thompson in lane 9. I expect Johnson Thompson to win this race from Hall, but let's see how it works. Let's see how it goes. They're on their marks. It's going to be a Hall. It's going to be a Johnson Thompson Hall 1, 2, I believe. And they're off. Thompson's on the outside, so she's leading, but as they come off the bend just barely, now here comes Hall and Paulett. Johnson Thompson is making it. Paulett wins, Hall second, Johnson Thompson third. So that was heat 3 of 3 in the women's heptathlon. All right, that's out the way. We have 12 minutes before the men's 200 meters final, the most anticipated event of the day. Probably, along with the men's 100, most anticipated. Well, the women's 100 was well anticipated, but after Juliet Alfred got hurt, it kind of took away from that event. You know, we didn't know she was hurt, but she didn't run. She not running the 200. But the men between Noah and Seville and Thompson and Bednarek and Tebogo, that anticipation was great, especially not knowing where Seville would come out, given that he failed in 3 previous championships. This 200 meters is different, and it's different for a number of reasons. One is Noah Lyles hasn't had a ton of races this season. He sort of backloaded his races this season, given he had probably had some kind of injury, was mentioned. We know how he's a very good 100-meter runner, but a great 200-meter runner. And he has the best time of 19:31, which is an awesome time. Bednarek has been very good, and Noah beat him at the U.S. Championship, sort of ran down. But Bednarek has been running really well. Last year's final at the Olympics, Tebogo beat Lyle. But the view was that Lyle was not fully fit after he won 100 meters. He was sick, whatever it was. He was not healthy when he lost in the Olympics to Tebogo. And then we have a new sensation on the scene, was Look Brilliant, who came on the scene mid-season this year. The Jamaican Bryan Levell ran brilliantly, dropped a 9.82 in Austria, which raised eyebrows, and then came back, ran 19.69 later in the year, which got people excited. And in these World Championship, dropped 84 to 1978, so like 2 years in these events, and not only dropped them but looked very good doing it. So if you think about those 4 runners, and then we have other runners like Zarnia Hughes in this race, doesn't get any credit, but has a best time of 1973. It's all how you run your best race on this day. Every single runner in the men's 200-meter finals are under 20 seconds. Under 20 seconds. So the event has changed. If you're going to run over 20 seconds, you can't meet the finals of these events anymore. Now, you look at the best times, Noah is clearly separated with his 19:31. That was done a while ago. I think that was done a few years ago. But then he dropped a 19:51 to send a message in this championship. All right? He ran really hard, though. He didn't ease up in this race. So if you look at the field, we have Dambili from South Africa, 1997. That's his season's best and personal best. We have Makarawu from Zimbabwe. He has a 1984. That's a really good time. He's in lane 3. We have Alexander Ogandu from Dominican Republic, 1986, and he ran well throughout this meet. Tebogo, the Olympic champion, 1946 is his best time. 1976 is his season's best. So really good times for Tebogo. Noah Lyles, U.S. champion, world champion. He has 1931 personal best, but a 1951 in the semifinal this meet, and he was blistering. He just destroyed the field in that race. Bryan Levell from Jamaica has come on gangbusters this year. 1969 is his personal best and season's best. Kenny Bednarek, he has a 1957. That's not a joke time. That's the third best time in the field, sorry. after Letsile Tebogo, and in 1967 this season. So he's run really, really well. And he had a chance to be in a podium and he'd be in the ring race. Now, Zoltan, you should not be forgotten, from Great Britain. He has the best time of 1973, and his best time this season is 1990. So a very tough field. Bless up, God bless. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. A very tough field, a very difficult field. The runners are on the track, and I see a lot there. And the race is in the first 100. The race is off the bend. Now, I think people get past in the stretch, but all these runners are very strong in the last 100 meters. It's not like you have a 40 meter, 200 meter runner who they get off the bend, they're in first, and they're going to struggle in the stretch. They may struggle because of the competition. They're not going to struggle because they decelerate too quickly or because they don't have stamina. In fact, even Zongo uses in that mix, but it's going to be tough for him to get out that bend aligned with the other four. In the 100 meters final, Tebogo got disqualified for false starting, and Bednarek, I think he was 0.2 something, he got left in the blocks. He lost that race in the blocks. Given how he ran, if he had gotten on the blocks and say 0.174, he would have been in the mix for the gold medal. So he got left in the blocks along with Japanese runners in the 100. In this race, if he gets out, it's whoever gets to the top of the curve first, that person's in a good position to win. And here Noah talking about trying to get to the top of it, get off the bend first. You get off the bend first. Because Noah getting on the bend first, it's hard to overtake him, right? And he knows it. Given his finishing speed, if he comes off the bend first, most times it's nights out for whoever is trailing him. So it should be very interesting. I think Tebogo was a little bit of a sleeper here. I know he got beaten easily by Levell in the semifinal. I think he sort of gave up at about 60, 70 meters. But he would have been beaten anyway. But if he can get a good start, given that he's basically a 400 meter runner, he has really good 400 meter stamina and speed, it should be a really good race. But it's a race I'm looking forward to. The race is in 4 minutes. The runners are on the track going through their warm-up. And so I am looking forward to this race. It should be fantastic. Let me know your pick, people. Let me know your pick. Who you're picking to win? Who are you picking to win? By the way, just drop the links to my channel and my website there. If you haven't signed up, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. So drop in the chat who you're picking to win the 200 meters. Let me know. Very curious. Noah Lyles got the American record of 1931. That's the closest I want to run to Bo's 1919. It could be, that could be on the track today. The track is fast, if the wind isn't adverse, you could see something special today. But this field will be pushed. Brahman says Levell to win. That sounds like a parochial decision. That sounds like a homeboy. Any other prediction on this race? So Brahman picks Levell to win. He hasn't gone below 19.6 though. Now we're at 19.5, so that's gonna be tough. He hasn't gone below 19.6. Bednarek has been a two-time Olympic simple medalist in the 200. He's gonna be tough also. Bednarek is strong. This is a tough race, people. It's very difficult to call. Most people are picking Noah because not only because of the message he sent, but he's just such a strong finisher. Even if he comes off the base, the bend second, he still is confident about getting there. So if we look at the race, Dambili is in lane 2. Makarawau from Zimbabwe, lane 3. Alexander Ogandu, Dominican Republic, lane 4. Sorry. Letsile Tebogo, lane 5 from Botswana. Noah Lyles, USA, reigning champion. Best time so far this year. Best time for a while. next to Tebogo's 1946, 1951, best time this year. Bryan Levell, Jamaica, the new sensation, 1969. Kenneth Bednarek, USA, 1957 and 1967. 1957 is best time. And Zonal Hughes, Great Britain, his best time at 1973, but has not the greatest time this year. Betan says Brian's going to win. Lyle is a showman. He's very confident. We are almost at race time. It's 9:05, 1 minute to race time. Lyle is pumped. Tebogo is just behind Lyle, so he has him in front of him. Levell is ahead of Lyle. So those three are there, and Bednarek is ahead. So it's really, really well lined up. Really well lined up. I'm excited. Are you excited, people? Are you excited? Tell me you think is going to win. We have 7 people in the chat. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Please share. Please comment. We're here for the men's 200 meters final. It's the event. We have another event after this. Women's 200. But the suspense, the drama, the anticipation is not the same for the men's 200. Because even though Lyle is the favorite and maybe overwhelming for some people, the expectation is he's going to have competition in this race. Dambili 2, Makarawo 3, Ogandu 4, Tebogo 5, Lyle 6, Levell 7, Bednarek 8, and Hughes 9. The men's 200 meters. Javelin says Levell to win. You them say go Jamaica. So the Jamaican fans are picking Levell to win. Is that a pick from the heart or a pick from the brain? Which one is that? Because sometimes you don't want to pick against what your heart tells you, right? So Levell has not been tested in these Olympics. So the question is, when he gets tested, what happens? Odell says brain. Wow, I would think that's hard. If I told you somebody coming to the race with 1951 versus someone who was 1969, you should probably said that 1967, what the number is. So 69 for Levell, that 0.18 difference. So they're on their marks. The men's 200 meters final. Lyle with his blonde hairdo. Set. I think Lyle's going to win, though. And they're off. So it's Levell in front, Lyle next to Bednarek. Levell comes off the bend in front, but here comes Lyles and Bednarek. And Tebogo. It's Tebogo. It's Lyles. It's Levell. It's Lyles. It's Bednarek. Tebogo and Levell right there. 1952. He's just the best. He's just better than them. Bednarek, 1958. Levell ran his best, 1964. Tebogo, 1965. Hughes, 1978. Got to be the fastest 200 meters ever run. Levell got the bronze medal. He has to be happy. But Lyles is just the best. Let's see this race again. Levell came off the turn first. But Lyles is just, he has ridiculous top-end speed. Ridiculous from Bednarek. Let's see the go again. All got a very decent start. Lyles is back in the pack as they come off the bend. Levell was ahead just off the bend. He was ahead. But then Bednarek caught up to him. Lyles pulled him in. Tebogo was right there. They were a blanket. Lyles started pulling away from the field. Bednarek was there. Was it Levell? Lyles over there yesterday. Cannot run 1959 to back. Now, he did run 1952, almost 51. Brilliant run by Lyles. Brilliant race. Brilliant run by Lyles. Got to give him his credit. You can't discredit a man who came, he saw, he talked, he conquered. 1952 is big time running. Brilliant run by Lyles. Bednarek should never be forgotten. He's a brilliant runner also, but he's next to Lyles. Levell, in his first championship, ran a personal best. You cannot do better. He came off the bend in front of you and running really well, but then Lyles just came through. He's running straight up. Bednarek also came through. Bednarek is just stronger. Tebogo was right there, but just behind. But he did well to get the bronze. Really good run, brilliant race. 4 men separated from the pack, and Lyles out in front. I mean, he's just a brilliant runner. And he won easily, to be honest. He came from, because Levell was in front of all 3 of them. He led off the turn. Because Lyles said he wants to lead off the turn. He led off the turn. Brilliant run, great race. Well done, Noah Lyles. When you run 1951, people, that's hard to beat. Or 1952 in this race, hard to beat. Bednarek ran 1958, which is 0.01 off his best time. If you look at the reaction time, Levell had the second best reaction time. Darnell Hughes, this is amazing for Darnell Hughes to have the best reaction time. Darnell Hughes don't get left to the blocks. He had 0.126. Levell had a great reaction time, and he came off the bench first. But Lyles and Bednarek were just too strong. Bednarek was really pushing. Tebogo was coming. I think Levell is just ahead of Tebogo. I told people that Tebogo didn't run his best race in the semis. He held back because he ran 1965 today. Those are great times. You're talking about the first 5 are all under 19.8. And still, you get 5th coming 1978. You get 4th coming 1965. No, Lyles should get 100. 100 prepare you for the 200. But he's a good 100-meter runner. He hasn't run a lot of races this year. I think he has been. Look, it's hard when you don't have the start, when your reaction time is a little bit slower, or you get out the block slow like Bolt used to do. But he has a topping speed to allow him to be competitive in the 100. Great run by Lyles. Like, ridiculous. 1952. Also, Bednarek should be credited. He did a really good job of staying focused in the stretch, maintaining his form, knees pumping high, arms pumping. And let's give a lot of credit to Levell. When you run your personal best of 1964 and you come 3rd, you can just tip your hat to the people you're running with. Odell says the 7th place time today with on race. Yeah, we are in a different era, different level. Yeah, well, Lyles run 1931 in the event, so just a good run. But people, that was a fantastic race. We have 1 more race remaining. It may not seem that way. I think the men should have been. They should have switched it then. The men should have been the last race of the day. It's kind of hard to get yourself up for the last race after you see such a phenomenal 200 meters. It lived up to the billing. When they came off the turn, Levell was in front. It was Levell, Bednarek, Lyles and Tebogo there, and Lyles just pulled them in, went by them. Well, I think now that Levell has finished running the 200, you need to consider trying to get a gold. You only got a bronze. So let's see what happens there. In terms of Jamaica, Jamaica is struggling with who should be the 4 runners for their 4x1. They already have 3 in Blake, Thompson, and Seville. And the question is, should Levell be in the team, because he hasn't practiced with the team. So we'll see what happens. The triple jump is also going on. Scott is jumping. Let's see where we are in the triple jump. It's live. Scott is in 5th place still. This is probably his last jump, and he fouled, so he's out. You won't medal. Yeah, he fouled. Good jump, but he fouled. Well, can't be a good jump if he fouled, but good distance if he fouled. Let's go to the women's 200 meters. Women's 200 meters is coming up in the next 8 minutes. I'm following the feed on USA Network. So yeah, I know when the race is over because on the screen. And not on Peacock. USA is supposed to be faster than Peacock. See, if I'm behind, still the feed in the USA is behind. But I have 2 feeds actually. I have a delayed feed and I have a real-time feed. But I think Jamaica should be proud of Levell. Jamaica didn't expect to medal in 200 for years, given that we have no 200-meter runners, but Levell's changed that. Women's final coming up at 9:22. As Uptown said, there's 7 minutes before that race. So if you look at the women's 100 meters final, there are 9 runners. Lane 1 is Anthony Strahan from Barbados. Lane 2 is Mackenzie Long from the USA. Lane 3 is Brittany Brown from the USA. Lane 4 is Maria Jose Toulouse-Smith from the Ivory Coast. Lane 5 is Amy Hunt from Great Britain. Lane 6 is the favorite, the 100 meters champion, Melissa Jefferson Wooden, was run 21:84 this year. No one was come close to that number per se, except for Mackenzie Long was run 21:93. Lane 5, Shericka Jackson, defending champion, whose lifetime best is 21:41. Just broke the 22 barrier mark for the first time in the semifinals. In lane 8 is Anavia Battle from the USA, and she has a season best of 22:07. And then Dina Asher-Smith, the veteran, who always run, is just one of her pet event. She's in lane 9. If you look at the season's best, only 3 runners are under 22, which is Mackenzie Long, Jefferson Wooden, and Shericka Jackson. Yeah, I think Melissa will take the double. Hardest you're getting beaten. Difficult to see her not winning, but you have to run the race. Still buzzing from the men's 200 though, and Noah's ability to put up. Therefore, you can't shut him off. But no, I don't think she has to run a race of her life. I think she has to run a great race. The race of her life is her 21:41, right? I think 21:41 is far from where she is currently. I don't think she's been fit for a while. So we're at 9:17 a.m. on the East Coast. In 5 minutes' time, we will have the women's 200 meters, which is the final event on the track for the day. Obviously, we still see the triple jump ongoing. We'll still see, let me see what else is on. I think Ricardo Portugal is in second place. 17:55 is going to jump now. Look like he is 1 actually. 17:91. Is that his last jump? Yeah. Win with your last jump. That's awesome. Wow. It's amazing. Imagine you sitting there leading, the runner has 1 jump remaining, hasn't really come close to that number, and they knock you out. That's tough to take. Very tough to take. But that's sports. A lot of drama. And Ricardo of Portugal won with his last jump. It looked like he set a meet record too. So if you're here with us, we are coming up to the last event of the day, which should come to you in 3 minutes. Obviously, the runners are on the track. It's the women's 200-meter final. We just had a great men's 200-meter final where Noah, Father Hype. You can't call him Father Hype anymore, because hype then suggests that you're just a hyper. You don't have substance. He has a lot of substance. He has a lot of substance, and just keep winning and winning and winning and winning. You can't get enough of winning when it comes to Noah. Gotta give him his due. He put up when they had the best runs around, when he was being challenged, ran 1951 to set the stage, and then he ran 1952 coming back a day later. But it's the women's time. Women 200. Let's see what Melissa Jefferson can do. She was brilliant in the 100 meters. 10.61. Let's see what she does in the 200. I think she won at 21.6 this year at some point. Let's see if she can do that again. So it's 2 minutes to race time. Lane 1, Anthony Strahan from Bahamas. Lane 2, Mackenzie Long, USA. Lane 3, Brittany Brown, USA. So USA has 1, 2, 3, 4 runners in this race. Lane 4, Maria Jose Toulouse-Smith from Ivory Coast. Lane 5, Amy Hunt from Great Britain. Lane 6, Melissa Jefferson Wooden from USA. Lane 7, Shericka Jackson from Jamaica, the defending champion. Lane 8, Anafia Battle from USA. And lane 9, Dinasha Smith from Great Britain. So USA has 4, Great Britain 2, Bahamas, Ivory Coast, and Jamaica make up the rest. And Devon is the eternal optimist. Like, he hasn't seen Melissa Jefferson Wooden run, say she's going to win. It's hard for her to win this race. She hasn't run well all season. She hasn't run well for the last year and a half. I'm not sure how she's going to win this race when she hasn't run well at all. She didn't run the Olympics because of injuries. Still trying to recover her form. See Melissa Jefferson Wooden parents in the stands. They must be pretty excited. It doesn't matter who comes up the curve first, because even if Jefferson is going up the curve first, he's still going to be difficult in the stretch. It's going to be a tough race. Let's see what Tolu does. I mean, she's not the best 200-meter runner, but she's never really produced in the medal events, in the finals. The women's 200 meters, Jackson looks very relaxed and really focused. And she just gave a slight wave. She must not be in the best condition. She doesn't seem over enthused. They're not going to Long. Mackenzie Long, USA. She has a 21.93 this season. And then Anthony Strahan was a 24.48 season best. So we're getting ready for the last event of the evening, the women's 200 meters final for the champion of the world for the women in this event. Lane 1, Brown. Lane 2, Long. Lane 3, lane 1, Strahan. Lane 2, Long. Lane 3, Brown. Lane 4, Toulouse-Smith. Lane 5, Hunt. Lane 6, Jefferson Wooden. Lane 7, Jackson. Lane 8, Battle. And lane 9, Smith. Women's 200-meter final. The final event of the morning for me, and of the night in Tokyo, and of the afternoon in the UK. Runners are getting to go on their mark. It's expected for Melissa to, as Odell is saying, win the gold, but let's see how it goes. I think somebody's fast started though. Yeah, I think somebody's gone. That's Strahan. Set. Yeah. Strahan is gone. She jumped out the blocks. That's like a Tebogo move. You can't go to the final on a fast start. You might as well go out slow versus jumping. You just kill yourself. She is fast started by a mile. She's out. She's done. Yeah, she disqualified. We're back on. That was the easy one. Unfortunate for her, by the way. But she can't run the protest because it's so bad. It's not even close. She's trying to look and see. Why are you looking? You were off by a mile. There's nothing to look at. So she's taking her medicine. She's gone. I feel bad for her, but that's one start rule. Didn't put in effect a while ago. We're back. Women's 200-meter final. Runners have to reconcentrate, reassess. See Melissa Jefferson blowing really hard. I'm not sure where she is. She's going to win. I think it's going to be hard for her to lose, but we'll see. The runners are on their marks. Strahan got disqualified. Mark. Set. And they're off. Jackson got a good start. So did Jefferson. As they come, it's Jackson and Jefferson. Jefferson has made up the stagger on Jackson already as they come off the curve. As they come off the curve, Jefferson in the front, and she's gone. Jackson is about 4 pace. Jackson is trying to trap Jefferson. It's Jefferson in front from long. Jackson is probably going to come third if she's lucky. She comes third. Second is Amy Hunt from Great Britain. But Jefferson won 21.68. We're leading pretty comfortable. Hunt second, 22.14. Jackson 22.18 third. Back to the USA for 22.22. Amazing that Hunt ran so well. Jackson just doesn't have that anymore. Doesn't have neither the stamina or the speed. Tough race, but we knew Jefferson was going to have the double. She got the double. She won easily. She came out the third. It was pretty bunched up, but she ran away with it. Real easy, comfortable, well-deserved, double Olympic champion in one of the two. I don't think anyone has done that. A lot did, but in this championship, no one has had double so far, at least in the lower distances. I'm sure we'll get some in the longer distances. I just hope she make Hunt beat her very carefully. What does Dean call the career? So if you look at the finish here, Jefferson Hunt won 21.68. And Jackson ran a faster time in the prelim. So if you looked at the race, they came off the turn. Jefferson was in front. Jackson was with the bunch. And she was ahead of Hunt. And Hunt ran her down. When you are 400-meter runner getting run down in the stretch, it suggests that you have lost it. You have lost a lot. If you're a 400-meter runner like Jackson, and you get run past by Amy Hunt, and you're getting pulled in on the outside by Battle, as she was, then it suggests that, you know what? I have to go revisit this. It's not working. But she got a bronze, so you got to be, she got a bronze. You came for the bronze. So we got 2 bronze in the 200 meters. You came in hoping to get I think Jamaica came in hoping to get maybe a gold or a silver in the women, and maybe a gold in the men, and end up with 2 bronze. But I think that's 8 medals for Jamaica now, 6 and 2. So people, it's the end of day number 7. And we're going to go now to day number 8 for tomorrow. But it was a very, very good day. The main event did not disappoint. Noah Lyles, 1952, and he's out there waving to the crowd still. And then Melissa running a week early. So the U.S. dominated. They have won the double for the women and 200 for the men. Jamaica took the 100 for the men. Here's the list of the events for tomorrow. Number of we have 20-minute kilometer walk, men's discus, decathlon 100 meters, men's 20 meters. These are the morning events, by the way. There are two sessions tomorrow. It's a Saturday. So mainly field events for the first section. And let's see what the evening session looks like. Evening session, we have Eptathlon, women's javelin, Eptathlon and men's high jump. Then we have the relays, 4x1 for men heats. And then we have shot put for women's 4x4 relays, men 4x1 relay, women 4x1 relay, Then we have the javelin throw final, women's heptathlon 800 meters, women's 5,000 meters, men 40 meters, the Heptathlon, sorry, and the final event, which should be a great race, the men's 800. So that's tomorrow's calendar, mixed of quite a bit of field and track events. The main events are around the relays 4x4, 4x1s, and also the men's 800s. And if you're a field event enthusiast, then there are a number of field events of javelin, women's javelin throw, women's shot put. So we'll be here tomorrow. I can't give you a definitive time until I check the schedule and get comfortable. The total of the schedule. Before you go, I'll ask one favor. If you can hit the like button, hit the like button. You can share. You want to comment? Because I do reply to comments. And you want to subscribe, please do so. It would be appreciated by the host. And I thank you for being here. You could be anyplace else. It is Friday. Weekend is almost upon us. Hope you can join me for tomorrow. I will drop the links in the chat for both the Balance View channel, Cranky Live on my website. If you want to sign up to the website, if you want to subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate it. But thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for being here. You've been a great audience. And peace out. Take care. Gotta go.